Hello everyone, I am Paul with many voices and welcome back to Prison Architect. Sadly, a new DLC was released, and I specifically sadly say sadly, because I had recorded episode 8, and those that have seen it will know that I didn't put my voice in setting an OBS change for some reason, and once again my microphone was muted. It resulted in me having recorded the first 3 episodes of the original Land of the Vikings series, but then discover only when the first episode went live that I didn't have audio, and I forgot about Prison Architect, so I had to re-record Land of the Vikings back then, and at the same time I forgot about Prison Architect, and I had episode 8 and 9 already recorded. And both of them didn't have my voice either. So today I was like, well, in that case, I'm going to see what I need to do. Can I just record episode 9 again, or do I have to record both episode 8 and 9 again? Turns out both. But a new DLC has released in the meantime, and it broke the save file. To a point where people were stuck and doing nothing. So I figured, if I'm gonna have to start anew, which I sadly am, I might as well bring you the promised bonus episode on how I created the crater. So first, you want to start with a new prison, and I'm gonna change it from a medium size into a large size because it allows me to do more. Because the new DLC does bring in some interesting stuff, such as a new warden, Alexis Lynn, and 2 new dogs, which are robots. We'll get into that a little later. Also, future uniforms. We're gonna go with future uniforms. So you want to start out with a large or medium-sized map, or even small-sized, and the rest doesn't really matter for now because I've already started something. But in the DLC settings, island bound, what you want to do is set your land for a regular island plot. A regular island plot will always start you off with a boat dock, but also 1 free helipad. Helipad. Actually, no, not free. So we're gonna start off with that. There comes the stuff, which is your usual starting stuff. Boat leaves, then comes the new boat with the, well, hopefully, but probably not. There's more stuff. Cables, and there's the helipad. So you start out with a free water pump, a free power station, a free capacitor, but not a free helipad if you have a island bound, but oh well. The importance of this helipad is simple. Now I can dump this, and there's a reason I want to dump this. If you go to flooring, a landscape, lunar. This is the floor that I'm using for the crater. But as you can see, because the boat dock exists, I cannot use that area of the dock to put in the flooring. I can do this, I can do that, but nothing here. I can do this little row, but nothing there. But now that the dock is gone, I can. And now, I can basically, if I had the money, throw in all of this, but I don't have the money. So, how do you get the money? Allow me to switch over to display capture really quick. I'm gonna save this prison as Crater 2. I already had crater 2 saved, but that's fine. And then hit load, then click this. Then find crater 2, the Word document, the Notepad document. I already was working on something, so let me redo it. Control F to find a specific word or part of a word or sentence. Type in capital F for finance and then finan or finance. Hit enter and close. Then this is the number you want. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just gonna add 4 zeros. Hit save. Close this. Close that. Load the prison. And voila, $100 million. And now we're back in whatchamacallit. So now, in fact, I can do the entire plot like this. So sadly I'm gonna have to do a new playthrough because the developers just keep messing up. And I'm not gonna hold any I'm just gonna be like, yeah, this is what happens. So once everything has been filled out, I'll bring you guys back. Alright, so now the entire map is lunar. And the reason why you want to go with a proper island plot and not a connected island plot is because the road is not able to be covered with lunar surface. And for the story of this playthrough of this person, just like the last one, because it's going to be a sort of a carbon copy, just slightly different from the previous series, people have to come in with spaceships. So next up, what you want to do, for this person at least, is find the center. So we've got, since this is a large map, 200, so you want 99 here. From here, probably 99 here. Nope, 101. So this is the actual middle. And then, oops, from here it is 160, so 80. So this is the middle, right there. And just like before, I want to place 3 helipads right here. Since I have a little more space to work with, first 3 and then relocate this one. Once I've placed in the others, relocate that, so over here. And now we're going to work on the actual crater, because of course this is going to be a crater. Okay, so as you can see, now that there are others in place, I can dismantle this one and then relocate it over here. Once my workmen will get their asses in gear, there we go, and we are done. Right, so next up, the crater. For this you want to go into walls and doors, the cliff edge. But by default, it will be facing with the cliff up, going down. So, for the sake of the crater, this is the south side. And since this crater doesn't require full symmetry, kind of just like this. Oh. Aha. So, rotating, this is now the top. This will take a couple of trials and errors, but don't worry. Once you figure out how it works, you're gonna make yourself a lovely crater. Because normally the cliff, what you want to do, especially on an island-bound prison, is make the cliff so that your prison is elevated. But of course this is a crater, so you have to think in reverse. Rotate again, now it's on the left side. Rotate again, now it's on the right. And then you slowly start out with this. And then you start filling in the blanks with the corner pieces. So this corner is over here. Place it carefully, piece by piece, like that. This corner is over here, so... that corner is there. And that corner is here. This is going to take a little trial and error. So there. Here. And that's about it. And then you get the opposite corners. These kind of corners. Those are... well, these... those are those... So yeah, it's just a matter of like placing them in one by one. Until you're good. And now it's back up there. So that will connect. That's connecting that one. There we go. Hello, neighbor. Using the stairs again. That ought to connect that one. And now you're back with the corners, so that already exists. So there. And then slowly but surely you're gonna finish the crater. And it's gonna take a lot of trial and error, trust me. It took me a good 3 hours to build the last crater, and that was on a medium-sized map. Oops. So just imagine how long this one will take. There. Oh, that was the correct piece right there. Okay, then this one there. That was the one. So you'll end up finding yourself scrolling through many of the same pieces, like there. And then this one is just a vertical on that side. And occasionally you'll see this. You'll know you messed up. Just a matter of removing. I'll remove those three entirely. There we go. There. And there. And then finally you fix it with the flooring itself. Just this piece. And you have yourself a crater. Of course I'm going to remove those two and make the path up there. Well, that is how you build a crater. So, when I bring you guys back, I'll have laid out the entire crater. I might even throw in an extra layer, so you'll have like the center for the helipads, and then maybe 2, maybe even 3 layers on the outside. I haven't decided on that yet, but give me a couple of hours. Okay, so took a little less time than before because I knew what I was doing this time. And once again, I'm only going for a 2-layer deep, whatchamacallit, crater with another layer in the center. But this time I decided to go, since I have a little bit of extra room, to provide a little area for meteor impacts here and there as well. And these stones, or meteors, or whatnot, we actually don't know what they are. They suddenly were on the planet after, of course, it was decided that we were going to expand the pre-existing prison on the islands. And all of a sudden, after the meteor impact, we arrived here, and there was this crater, but also all of these weird stones. So, we don't know yet what they are. Hopefully, someday soon, we're gonna figure that out. But anyway, let me show you, as I'm now once again in display catcher, what you need to do in order to revert back to day 1. So you want to find your save file yet again. Hit Control F once again. Start with day with a capital D. The first one that you're gonna find is last day. Revert that to 1. Then you continue. But ignore this one. Ignore that one. And there you go. You remove all of this. 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 All of this. All of this. all of this. Just to make sure that the game understands that you are seriously starting on day one. And honestly, I don't know if you need to do this, but this is how I did it last time. Okay. So that is done. Next up, once again, you need to save it and then reload the save file. Like this, and then search for finance. So that you can say $30, 1, 2, 3, and save it yet again, so that you restart with $30,000. And then once you open it, oh, we are still on day 9. See. Now, where did I do that? Ah, day 1. That's all. Oh, 30,000. Save that, just to be sure. Bear with me, I'm not fully sure if I'm doing this correct, because I honestly don't remember. Balance, make sure that this is 30,000. And yeah, you have to save and close and reopen every single time. That's just how this works. So as you can see, all your tiles here are lunar floor. And the cliffs, etc. That is the most info on the whatchamacallit. Prisoner wage, there you go, we're back at the balance. Timer 0, previous hour. Supply chain, okay, that's not what I want. Ownership 100, starting funds 30. Bank loan 0. Let's see. Lots of useless positions. These are coordinates on the map. And of course, for a smaller size land, this will be a lot less. Now, let's see. Bear with me on this one. Because I did it before. And it worked in like one try, so. Honestly, don't remember. Let's see. Present value. Now this is the victory. Intake is off. Don't ask me what any of this means. So this is the day thing. True, no clip staff. True. I added a few mutators just to make it easier for my staff to move around, because I am closing them in otherwise. Variety. Jeez, I don't remember. And that's it. So, for some reason it didn't work. The Slumber 1. Random seed. Seconds played. 0. Maybe this is what I needed. So seconds played 0. Let's see what happens if I load it then. Still day 9. That didn't work. Greater 2. But at least the balance is correct. Let's see, time. Time index. Maybe this should be reverted to 1 as well. Let's try it. Save. There you go. Now I'm fully back on day 1. And I can finally start this prison properly. But of course, I need to do one more thing before I actually start. And there. Okay, so what I've done also is, this is the deliveries area, this is the exports, that's the garbage. Because I don't have logistics yet, I cannot, oh wait, that can be done. Garbage to this one. Then exports to that one. Okay. Sorted. Right, and with that, I am going to be ending it off here today. If you enjoyed this little tutorial, then make sure to leave a thumbs up, it helps out a great deal. As I switch back to the regular capture, lining, remove this, remove that, and that. And when we return, we are going to start over from scratch. The story is still the same. There was a previous prison, and we, as the descendants of the legendary prison architect, were tasked with expanding that island prison with multiple islands and multiple facilities, etc. So, since we are far into the future, we've colonized the stars, and we were sent out along with the personnel, with materials, and we were tasked with just increasing the thing. But once we arrived, as nobody paid attention to the planet anymore, we suddenly find this crater. So our workmen quickly descended and got a few helipads down, because that's what we wanted anyway, in the center of the crater, and now we just have to start over. But the meteor may have had some negative impact on the actual crater, on the actual planet, with weather and temperature, so let me go and sort that out really quick. So we have fogs of war, failure conditions, events, temperature, staff needs, and escape plans. We're not doing this yet, we are doing prisoner aging, we're doing legacy for the gangs for now. Weather intensity will be low. Dynamic reputations will be low. We will have criminally insane inmates. We will have prison transfer. That takes care of that. Lastly, let me turn off the mutators that I was using. Fast deliveries, spectral staff, fast walking. And let us turn on, as mentioned before, this is Eternal Winter. Permanent day off. We are No longer pausing. So, with that, I'm going to save the prison now properly. I thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure to leave a thumbs up, helps out a great deal. I am Paul with many voices. I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.